Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the very funny, the very busy Jeff Foxworthy.
Thank you very much. Nice to be back in New York City. My wife and I went today to the spot in Central Park where we got married 13 years ago, so that was kind of cool. It's, well, you know, 13 is not 50, but at 13 you start thinking, you know what, we might make it. Because for the first 4 or 5 years of marriage, you're always just a couple of beers away from screwing the whole thing up, you know. Hey, and another thing I don't like about your mother, come here, I'll tell you. But you know, marriage is like anything else in life. I mean, it's nothing prepares you for it. You're just going to learn by trial and error. And I made a few mistakes. Like I learned early in the relationship, when my wife would look at me and say, "We need to talk," I would make the mistake of talking. And every time I'd talk, I'd get myself in more and more trouble. Now I have learned when she says to me, "We need to talk," I do exactly the same thing I do when a police officer walks up to my car window. I look straight ahead, I give short yes and no answers until I find out what I'm being accused of. No sense in pleading guilty to a crime they don't know about. Then you got the other end of the spectrum. I know early in our relationship, if we'd be in the same room for a half hour and she wouldn't say a word to me, I'd look at her and go, "What's wrong?" Hoping it was something other than me. So now I've learned, if we're in the same room for a half hour and she doesn't say a word to me, it's me. Now I just go up to her and go, "Baby, I realize that I have done or said something stupid and insensitive, and while I don't yet know what it is, I would like the chance to go up to my room and think about it for a little while." Well, you know, you don't make it 13 years without learning the rules. And rule number one is, if she ain't happy, you ain't happy. And if she ain't happy long enough, you're going to be unhappy with half your stuff. That's right. Well, see, I was fortunate. I learned early in life that women are complicated creatures. And once I understood that, it made everything a lot easier for me. But I have found that because women are complicated, they like to think men are complicated too. I've heard women talking, "Oh, I wish I knew what he was really thinking." Well, ladies, tonight I will tell you what we're really thinking. We are really thinking, "I'd like a beer and I'd like to see something naked." I wish it was deeper than that. It's not. You go to a nursing home, you see a 90-year-old man going down the hall on a walker. That's what he's thinking. "I'd like a beer and I'd like to see something naked." Oh, not that, not that. And I do believe women understand men better than men understand women. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Think about that. How often do you see a man stomp out of the room crying and a woman going, "What? What'd I say? Come back." But if women do understand us better, it's because they study us. You ever see women's magazines? Every article in there, you know, it's about men and relationships. How to get a good man. How to get rid of a bad man. How to turn a bad man into a good man. You ever see men's magazines? Nothing but pictures of naked women. That's what we're after, fellers. Somebody bring me a beer. And I do think men would take advice on relationships, I really do, but we're not going to read magazine articles about it. If you want us to have this information, sneak it to us. You know, put it into the play-by-play of ball games or something. And there's strike three. David Wells really looking good today. And speaking of looking good, fellas, from time to time, your woman needs to be reminded that she's still looking good to you. Hey, baby, have I told you lately you are as pretty as David Wells? And lastly, I have to say, I do like the permanency of marriage. You know, I never did like breaking up back when I was dating. We've all been broken up with. We've all heard the lines, "I need some space," which is half a sentence. The rest of it is, "without you in it." And I think my all-time favorite, "I think we should start seeing other people." Nobody ever said that one to you without having somebody else in mind. Guys, if a woman says to you, I think we should see other people, trust me, she has already cut a pony from the herd, and if she ain't riding him yet, she has pulled the saddle out of the barn. God bless you. Thank you.
Boy, nice going, Jeff.
Thank you, Dave.
We'll be right back here with Mr. Foxworthy.